the work that you do, it's so unique.
It
And
is.
at least from my perspective,
It
it's
is.
so unique and it's so needed,
Yes. Yes.
and yeah. So
Thank
how
you.
can Talk to the Animals help you?
Well, I would love to just get the message out that we will be in Asheville, North Carolina at the Prama Institute in
Okay.
July 24th through the 28th.
Okay.
And that is a retreat environment that we'll be in. In the evenings, we'll be with the horses in the
Okay.
afternoon and evening. So it is a healing retreat where people can learn about their own bodies and how to self-correct. So historically in yoga, there's so much potential in the knowledge base that is known as yoga. And then when you, in addition to that, integrate somatic principles, specifically the principles of Thomas Hanna, those
Mhm.
principles are very precise, and the work looks very subtle. It's also very, very precise work. And so when you can embody those principles in your nervous system, you can overcome things that seem as though they were not overcomable oftentimes. For example, I worked with a man who'd had a broken neck, and he had fortunately had survived that and had a surgery. But for about 25 years after the surgery, he had pain. And if he did any movements
Mhm.
that were, for example, using a weed eater, things like that, where he had any lateral movement or a lot of vibration and stress on his neck, he would become very, very ill from the pain, so much so
Mhm.
that it would cause him to vomit.
Mhm.
And so over the years, he had tried different things to figure out how to stop causing it and also how to get out of pain. But he told me, he said, I really don't think this will help me. He said, this has been 25 years. And I said, well, let's just see. We'll just
Yeah.
do a session and see. And so we did. Fortunately, he did work with me for a session,
Mhm.
and and he hasn't had any pain since. And
Nice.
yes, so
Yeah.
what that means is, does it, what it, fortunately, we know the neuroscience principles behind it, and we understand that what we did was we interrupted a co-activation level that had been stored in his low brain due to the injury and this after the surgery. And so we interrupted that message that his brain was sending to his body. And then we also were able to educate and convey a new message about incoming information,
Sure.
and also how to organize his movements so that now that's a different pattern. That old pattern isn't there anymore.
Sure.
So some people, of
Sure.
course, they need more education, more work, or it just depends on what their individual injury is, or their individual habituation is.
Sure.
So,
Sure. I understand.
and the same is true for the animals.
Yeah, it's very true. Absolutely. Yeah, you're preaching to the choir, girlfriend.